I am not a political thinker at all. That is not my set of talents. I know that everyone on earth thinks they are a political thinker right now, but I am the one person who doesn't. I am not qualified. That's not really what I'm interested in. I'm interested in how people are thinking. And I guess over the past 15 years, my main instinct has been one of resistance to the medium they are thinking in. So for me, the thing with the internet, don't get me wrong, I like the internet, but this particular version of the internet, this social internet, from the very beginning, one of the first big essays I wrote, which was about Facebook, was the idea that the actual algorithm is not neutral. It is ideological. And I don't mean that it radicalizes you to a particular politics. I mean it is a behavior modification system. And I really believe that. It's not people's politics I object to. It's that they're doing all their thinking through this medium, which they seem to consider neutral. And it isn't neutral. It has like literal colonial plans for your consciousness. It wants your brain all the time. It is funded by some of the richest people in this world. It wants your attention, and it has rules of engagement. And all I'm trying to say over and over again is have all your views, but have you tried having them independently of this machine, which is manipulating you day and night? Because my main experience is, I guess, because I'm not on it. It's like when you're not on heroin and everyone's on heroin, nobody thinks they're behaving any differently, but I can see that you are. Because,
you're not on social media
because,
at all.
Yeah, because I'm not on heroin. So I can see you're acting strangely. I can see that if I said to you, person X, do you remember who you were in 2002? That they would not recognize themselves. And that's everybody. That's everybody on every angle of the political spectrum is not who they were. They have been modified day in, day out by this machinery. So for me, amongst all the different kinds of resistance we can practice, I'm so excited, and I think it's beginning to happen, by a generation who say no more of this.
And you made that choice some time ago.
I made it at the beginning, and I've never regretted it, even though the price is to be, of course, out of touch and not to be in the swim of things and not to know what people are thinking every
Is that a
moment of
luxury
every
of being
day.
a novelist as well, though, because you can spend 8 hours of a day?
Absolutely. But many of my fellow novelists also have that luxury and do not take it. So you're absolutely right. It's a privilege of my life. And that's the other thing we should resist, that all of our lives, all of our work lives, parking, whatever you do goes through the same medium. It doesn't have to. And there is another form of the internet that can exist and I believe will exist.
But do you recognise, though, that, when you had your success with White Teeth, social media wasn't the thing in the same way, and maybe you have the luxury that a lot of young novelists now have to make their mark in the world by putting...
But again, I'm not the only novelist. There were thousands of us, and many of us could have resisted a little bit more than we did. And I don't even mean having a dumb phone or whatever. You don't have to do that. I just mean, let's not wake up at 8 a.m. and take our running orders from Elon Musk. Like, decide what you want to think about. What I'm talking about is mental resistance. For young writers, I absolutely get it. You need to be online, you need to sell your books. But I think even more important than that is you need to protect your consciousness so that you have something